So, Cassie got her money from Diddy.
Got her motherfucking lick back.
Got her money and is hoping the feds to get him put away. And let's not forget, she also cheated on Diddy and got with a personal trainer too. So she got a new man. She's married. She's remarried. She got her money, and she's about to put this man away to jail. So Cassie,
you better both ways when you cross the street.
Yo,
hit on you.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Cassie is a G.
Top. With this generation, we can't have shit.
Can't have a motherfucking thing, man. This is crazy.
We're not condoning their actions
at all.
Y'all niggas have a way of ruining everything.
At all.
Everything.
This is for entertainment purposes only. We are not lawyers or any of that stuff.
We just some people.
Just the people, man. We love music. All right, let's get to it. 3, 2, 1. Top Hill, episode 171. Welcome to another episode of the Top Hill Podcast. This is your boy, Mr. Top Hill Pod, a.k.a. Emoneyboss. And to my right, let's go ahead. I'm going to re-welcome her back. The motherfucking Carmen in the building. Yeah, let's get it. Shout out to Carmen in the building. Carmen, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man.
You doing good? You doing well?
I'm doing good.
It's good to see you, man. Appreciate you coming through. We have a lot to give you guys today. Oh man, just a lot. A lot has been going on, man. Last Monday, since we're here, last Monday, y'all, while we were recording, the whole Diddy debacle thing was going on. Live. And for me personally, I don't like speaking on things if I don't have enough information first. You know what I mean? I don't like just talking out the side of my neck. I like to know exactly what's going on. You know, I hear allegations and speculations about Diddy for years now, but because this was such a hot topic in the news going on, I seen, I've done some research and I looked at some things and guys, yo, Diddy is cooked. That is a cooked Negro, okay?
They said, at least R. Kelly tried to defend him.
They call it whack 100 to call R. Kelly. He's like, yeah, man, that shit crazy. R. Kelly should not be on your side at any point in time when you're talking about having a sex trafficking case, man.
Oh, my God.
That is not the man that you want to represent you. Okay. All right. Ooh. Guys, if you don't know, Diddy's house was raided. 3 of his homes were raided in New York, Miami, and Los Angeles simultaneously by the Department of Homeland Security, a.k.a. the Feds.
The Feds gotcha.
And for the people who don't know, this is really, really serious. Whether you believe Diddy did it or didn't.
Did he do it?
Okay. With all the accounts coming up, it's very hard to believe that he did not do at least some of this shit. I'm not going to lie. There's not a lot of people coming to his defense. There's a lot of people coming out and saying like, yo, we know what's going on at Diddy party. You don't want to go to this section during this time. And regardless if he's doing it or not, it's still your home.
It's still happening.
It's happening.
Under your roof.
Under your roof. And there's a lot of things. Like, okay, guys. Right now, we're in the millennial area, right? So, like, social media has transformed our lives. Whenever news comes out, we get it immediately. We can push it out. We can see it. But back then in the 90s, they had no concept of social media, okay? Yeah. So they will record things.
Hearsay.
Yeah.
One person might get a video. That one video will get destroyed.
Right. The one that they probably want, if you have any brain cells, that should have been gone. But.
Leverage.
Yeah. And then the leverage show. But in the 90s, people operated differently. And this is why a lot of things are coming up. I'm going to give you guys like a quick synopsis of why this is happening. Why it's transpiring, how this is transpiring, based off of the information that we know. If you guys don't know, the state of New York opened up a clause to get rid of the statute of limitations. With that being said, matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up for you guys so you guys can see it. Okay, New York extends statute of limitations. Okay, this is it. So the state of New York decided they were going to suspend the statute of limitation period, and they gave everybody a year. It was like, hey,
clean it up.
Right. They said, hey, within a year, if you have had any sexual misconduct or anything like that, we're letting anybody do a civil suit in the state of New York. Now, there was a lot of people, names getting thrown under the bus, because they say, like, when there's no statute of limitations, you can go back to the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. So anybody can file a civil suit.
Yeah.
And with that being said, let me see. Let me see. They have a list of this. All the people.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Who have New York.
What? They say you got a year to get your evidence together.
Right.
We cracking down.
Yeah. I can't find the exact list, but I remember Diddy was one. Mayor Eric Adams was one. Cuban Gooding Jr. was one.
Ooh. I had to bite my tongue and not repeat what that man said. Yeah.
So there were a lot of people. Vin Diesel. They was Vin Diesel got hit with one. God. Yeah, I know. I got Fast and Furious, man. They were going after as many people as they can, right? And one of the people was none other than Cassie. Cassie, I'm not gonna lie, Cassie is a straight up gangster. What she did was, I ain't gonna lie, diabolical. Like, she moved like a real G. Silent like lasagna, okay? If she did experience the things that she went through, I ain't gonna lie, this is probably one of the craziest lick backs I've ever seen in my entire life. This was insane, okay? For you guys that don't know, Cassie was with Diddy for over a decade. Yeah, Cassie Ventura, she was dating Diddy for over 10 years, and she opened up a civil lawsuit against Diddy. Now, a civil lawsuit, it's not criminal charges, so it's not like you're going to go to jail, but she, pretty much threatened him saying like, hey, I want this amount of money to settle with. If you don't, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to blast you.
She opened the floodgates.
Exactly. So Diddy pretty much was just like, go ahead, I don't care. Bad mistake, because honestly, if Diddy would have just paid her silently, he would have been I would argue that all of this stuff wouldn't have happened the way it did, because the Cassie allegations opened up not her, but all the other women came and men saying that Diddy was doing some sexual acts without permission. So that happened. A day later, they settled. She signed an NDA agreement, and she can't speak about it anymore unless the feds come. NDAs do not have jurisdiction on federal. So if federal agents come and ask her questions, she has to speak.
Right.
So this is what ended up happening. I'm definitely sure that the feds have talked to Cassie, because she also came out with a statement saying that she will cooperate with the federal government if need to. So Cassie got her money from Diddy.
Got her motherfucking lick back.
Got her money and is hoping the feds to get him put away. And let's not forget, she also cheated on Diddy and got with a personal trainer too. So she got a new man. She's married. She's remarried. She got her money, and she's about to put this man away to jail. So Cassie,
you gotta, like both ways when you cross the street.
Yo,
hit on you.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Cassie is a G.
That
is crazy.
Bad B.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
I love that for her.
Yeah, good for her. Especially if all this stuff is true. Like, I just think that some of these things is just disgusting, man. Like, it's just some wild stuff. Now Diddy hasn't been officially charged. When they raided his home or anything like that, you know,
wasn't he back outside?
Yeah, like the next day, like he was still in Miami chilling, partying and stuff like that, like acting like everything is normal. You know, Diddy was not fleeing the country. I know some people were reporting like he was over here, over there, but no, it was just.
It made you look.
Yeah, it was his. He had his private jet. He gave it to Carisha's best friend. They were in Antigua, but he was still in Miami during that time. Now somebody that he was with. What was his white boy name? He got charged with possession of marijuana and cocaine. He had marijuana and cocaine on him when they were talking to Diddy. So he did get charged. I'm pretty sure the feds are gonna use him to flip on Diddy and stuff like that. Cause yeah. The reason why I believe and I'm so strong on Diddy going to get charged this year, whether you believe that he did it or not. The main investigating agency is in New York. New York is the head one, and their track record is like damn near 100%. They don't miss. Like it's so hard for you to get court orders to raid these homes in 3 different states. Like it's already hard to do 1, but to do 3. You have to have like they damn near know exactly where it is.
Exactly what they're looking for.
What they're looking for, where it is, and it's fresh information. Like the feds have to work within a certain window to go in. They have to know like within like a couple of weeks that this thing is there. You know what I mean? So they're gonna find some stuff or plant some stuff, whatever you believe. Diddy's going down, bro. Like it's coming. This year, I'm pretty sure Diddy is going to get charged with something.
I don't know what type of tricks he can pull out of his old rusty bag. But
yeah, I mean, he's
Thug can't do it. I mean, I'm not going to say that,
bruh. But Diddy's a big name. I mean,
I'd say Diddy's Diddy, but
he's a billionaire.
But the people who came for him, it's like.
Yeah, not you.
Them niggas got El Chapo.
Yeah, man. Like they took down the Italian mafia. Like you know what I mean. This is a different level of. They're not going. They're not taking this case if they don't have something. That's pretty much the bottom line on this. So, more will come about of this. Thoughts and prayers, everybody involved, man. Did he do it or did he not do it? I don't know what Diddy did.
We're about to have so much material on Hulu and Netflix for the next 6 years.
The surviving Diddy story is going to be insane. I ain't going to lie. That's 3 decades of material.
Worth of material. They can make that a reoccurring series.
We're going to need a volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to have a series. Lot. Yeah, because, I mean, there's so many things that happened behind the scenes that did not get publicized, right? Like, a lot of people didn't know that Diddy got into a fight with J. Cole. You know what I mean? Like that was kept in the wraps. I didn't know that. Yeah, like Diddy got mad at Kendrick Lamar when he did the verse like "I'm the King of New York" and you know he's from LA. So when Diddy saw him, they were at this party.
I'm the King of New York, bitch.
Yeah. Diddy was like apparently like during this point in time, like he had like a really heavy like alcoholic problem. Like he would get real drunk and stuff like that. So he was threatening to pour a drink on Kendrick.
Oh.
J. Cole
stepped in and helped him.
You
gonna diss my man?
It's so crazy. There's so many crazy things.
Now I need to know what it's about. I'm gonna have to circle back on that because he done protected you.
Yeah.
Oh, but go ahead.
This was a couple of years ago, but
no, man, we friends for life after that. What the hell?
I mean, yeah, but they got into a scrap. You know what I mean? That's something that if social media was like really, really big back in like that, We would have seen that. We would have seen some kind of footage
Wait,
or
how
something.
many years ago was this?
This was like 2013, 2014.
Oh,
something
okay,
like
okay,
that.
okay.
You know what I mean? So like social media was
Still
here.
grainy footage, if any.
Exactly. And he probably had enough influence or power to like make sure stuff did not get out. Like now you can't prevent nothing from not getting out. Like if it's
who told that story?
Which one? Who told this story? It's actually been told by a couple of people now. Like, and Diddy actually came out, and J. Cole came out and admitted that it happened. Like J. Cole even said it in the bar. Like my last fight, my last scrap or my last fight I got into it was with Puff. And there was also a picture of J. Cole and Diddy not that long ago. They was playing like have fists up with each other, stuff like that. Like pretty much saying that they made amends and they're good now. But Diddy recently has been on this forgiving love.
Oh, he knew it was
kinda,
coming.
Yeah. I honestly, Diddy is moving like a man that has some guilt. You know what I mean? Like changing his name to Love, doing the whole R&B album, going back to the good old days. Giving, you know what I mean? I talked about this. He was the headliner at InvestFest last year, and he spoke, and he gave $1 million to Earn Your Leisure to go into an investment trust. Like he's been very giving. He's been very nice, very friendly with a lot of people, trying to do a lot of like helpful things.
Are you ready?
He's been posting his daughters as many times as he can to like try to remind people that he's. So, yeah, it just feels like this is.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, like he felt.
They're coming for you, brother Love.
Yeah, man. But yeah, guys, that is the latest on Diddy right now. You guys let us know in the comments. Do you believe Diddy did it or did he not do it? I just hate to see another black icon go down, another black billionaire go down, because his money is dwindling fast. He had to sell.
The thing is, it's just kind of crazy to see so many black icons go down for the same exact thing that
really
we've
quickly
seen their white counterparts doing.
Yeah. It almost feels like it's part of the initiation, right? Like it's like when you get to a certain level, and I forgot which person talked about this, but it's like in order to get to that level, it's like you have to do some Holly weird stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you got to. Because you got to have some dirt.
Exactly. Like, we're not going to let you in.
I got to have some dirt on you on video just in case. Yeah. But you got some dirt on me too. So it's just like.
Just in case you decide to go rogue.
Like, hey.
If you want to expose some secrets, you know what I mean? Like, the same thing. Like, I know people's like, conspiracy theory, but like.
At this point in time, with all the information that's been coming out for the last 5 years, I don't think a lot of this stuff is far-fetched, let alone a conspiracy.
We have too many examples. Like, we've seen what happened with Jeffrey Epstein, right?
Okay.
So if Jeffrey Epstein, if he hung himself in jail, like before that he was about to give out his list of the people that came to his islands and stuff like that, these were really powerful people that were going to this island.
I mean, who knows what his credibility looks like, but did you see that? I guess Suge Knight was like, "They coming for you."
Yeah, I think what did Suge say? He's like, "Yeah, he belongs in jail right with me," or something like that.
Yeah, but something. I mean, we know you going to jail. But
yeah.
How many niggas from the 90s got beef with Diddy in jail?
A lot. Diddy got a lot of beef. I'm not gonna lie.
I know in jail though. It's like,
yeah. I know there's who was the guy? Albie Shore. He said that
oh my god! Now that shit show that he pulled after everything, when he's like, "Come home, son," like, cut the shit. Okay, you ain't off the hook either, Albie.
Just to promote a podcast too, like he's like, "I'm announcing a new podcast."
Like, how disgusting are you?
That's wild.
Like,
using your son.
Everyone knows that this guy is like a sleazeball, but you are a special type of disgusting.
Yeah,
for you to try to use this opportunity. That's highly traumatic for your already adult son that has an estranged relationship with you.
Right.
For you to use him as a crutch.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Nasty work. It's some nasty work. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of these people, man.
That would have solidified me never speaking to you ever again, because you did that for nothing other than yourself. That was gross.
Yeah. But it just goes to show you that people, just because you have money, you have fame, doesn't mean that these people have integrity. You know what I mean? So, some people will sell not only their souls, but the children's souls to get fame and to get money. Like it's some nasty work out here, man. It's some real nasty work. Out. Yeah. And then if you got Diddy getting his sons involved, like you gotta think about that. Like you have your kids, and now you're getting your kids involved in this kind of like this continuation of your lifestyle. It's this is alleged. They're saying that his son.
I'm so sure that he got his Kim Porter taken out. Like
and that was another thing too. There's a list of people who were going to speak out and going to say some things, and just happened to all drop off. I think I'll Be Sure was the only one that's like not dead from the people who said that they were going to write books on what was happening. So
and I think that's just because it would have been a little too obvious.
Yeah. You can't get rid of the super obvious one or something like that. It's like, damn, everybody? That's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, it's nasty, man. And then and then you got to think about all the people attached to Diddy. You know what I mean? Diddy has impacted so many artists' career. Like, this can get really scary. And I think that's why a lot of people are also trying to be quiet. There's a lot of people that went to these Diddy parties.
I was going to say, once they pulled Diddy's card, they started looking at Hov. It was like...
You know what? I'm glad you said that. That's immediately where my mind went. I was like, damn. Diddy's done. Diddy's done. Mark my words. Diddy's going to get charged. But now I'm thinking about, like, who's next?
Oh, yeah, because they chopping them off.
They are. Got Kanye.
I mean, Kanye. How much? Out of all the things that Kanye has done, you never see his name in these court documents.
I will say that Kanye hasn't committed crimes.
He just might say some shit.
He's going to speak his mind, and you may not like it, but I'm talking about this to remove from that black billionaire status, right? Like, he was there, he got chopped off. Now we have Diddy.
But that's how you go about it when you're trying to like make an example. Yeah. It's like, oh, everybody's touchable.
Everybody is. You. And so is Jay-Z. Like you. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm fuck it. Here it is. I really didn't want to like speak it in the airways, but it is what it is. The facts are the facts. Jay-Z did do a collab album with R. Kelly. People forget about that. When Jay-Z met Beyonce was 18 years old. He was over 30. I don't get it. For me, there's just way too many good-looking of-age women to be focusing on underage women. Like, my brain cannot just, I can't think of why these people would do it. But
mind control.
It's
very easy.
It's nasty.
To mold someone's mind when you're the first.
Maybe that power, that ego stroke is like I'm.
Especially it's like when you have like shit to lose or like give.
Yeah.
It's like once you're introduced to that lifestyle and from a young age, and you think you're an adult or whatever, it's like once you're introduced to that, there's no going back to dating another 18-year-old.
Yeah.
You're gonna look at him as less of a man. It's like, oh hell no.
Right.
This nigga don't got no car. He ain't got no fuck.
Right.
Working at McDonald's.
Right.
He got a car, a house. He treated me out to dinner. I didn't have to pay for shit. Like, I'm just go ahead and stick it out with like that's how that goes. And it's like at that point you too far gone. It's like now you have Stockholm Syndrome. Right. You think this is right.
Right.
By the time you're of age to like even think for yourself, you still think it's right.
Right. I can see how, the women get into it. And I'm not really putting the fault on them. I'm more so putting the fault on the men at this point. Like, it's like...
Oh, yeah. What's the mind... Like I said, control.
Yeah, it's like that mindset is just really...
And you got to think how, like, deep-rooted control is.
Yeah.
Because even down to, like... I'm trying to, like, try to water down what I'm about to say.
Yeah, that's fine.
But, down to, like, certain people's kinks and stuff, like cucking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the whole psychological part is what turns people on. It's like the lowest form of low is you being with someone that I own.
Right.
And I'm controlling the narrative.
Right. Yeah.
And then even in Diddy's situation, if he's sleeping with men for money, it's like, I'm a grown man and I'm paying you and there's not shit you can do about it and I own you.
Right.
So it's control because it's like that masculinity. It's like, yeah, I own you. Like the control, it's just like.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I guess from that angle, I can see how that could be a thing. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just some nasty work. If you're not 21 at least, like, bro, you can't even drink with me. Like, what are we doing? Like, we can't go to the bar.
Well, that's you trying to reason with a terrorist. You can't think in the mind of somebody who's not like a reasonable person.
Right.
It's like, yeah, a reasonable person might think that, but if I'm not reasonable and I'm lacking empathy and I have psychotic / sociopathic tendencies, and people are expendable to me, I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking like, you are a piece to my puzzle and I'm going to use you as such.
Right.
I'm not thinking about, oh yeah, this is a nice gift. I'm thinking, yeah, this gift is going to breach a piece of trust so I can get to this next level, so I can use you in this next level a couple miles down the road that you can't even foresee. Like, yeah. Why would people do that? And it's like, I don't give a fuck about what people would do. I'm thinking about what I would do for me.
Right. And then...
and especially when money's involved.
Right. And then the other factor of this too is that a lot of these guys have went through trauma themselves.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's like it's like R. Kelly, for example, like he talked about, him being molested and stuff like that, and how he kind of like continued that terrible cycle. You know what I mean? I think this is one part that is not talked about in our communities a lot, how like common this kind of stuff happens. You know what I mean? Like it's taboo. People don't want to talk about it and stuff like that. But there's cases where, you hear daughters try to tell their mothers and stuff like that, and their moms don't want to believe them, or the sons being touched by uncles and stuff like that. Like it happens. And this is actually what a big topic in Kendrick Lamar's last album, Miss Around the Big Steppers. He went deep into it, like, and talked about this. And that's why I think a lot of people gave him his prop for speaking on something like this taboo. You know what I mean? But like a lot of people spoke about it and it was just like, wow, finally having a piece of somebody understanding what happened and how, and I can, find a way to cope with this kind of stuff because it's just so, I'm not spoken about.
And I feel like a lot of music that covers topics like that, I'm not going to say will never, but a lot of the times doesn't become mainstream. It gets pushed over into the alternative category. Right. Because it's like,
too woke, get over there.
Yeah, like, we don't want to, like, or it's like, oh, well, this is like, or it gets put as a label that's not going to be mainstream. It's like, no one's listening to that sad truth.
Right, yeah, it's like, no, we just want to party, turn up, do some drugs, you know what I mean, have sex, turn up, that's it, that's all we need, you know what I mean, but, nah, it's some real shit going on, man, so, I don't know, did you hear about what California was trying to do? I want to see if this is actually true. California.
Whoa. Oh, like, oh my God. I was literally just watching like Joe Rogan the other day, and him and a guy was talking about that. And it's like, okay. I'm not saying I do not agree with it in no way, shape, or form. I understand the angle of people being like, oh, this is a mental thing. Like, people are mentally like stuck in a place of X, Y, and Z. It's like, okay, I guess, okay. Someone put it in perspective. Like, this is not me saying I agree with the perspective, but this is how it was explained. It was like, okay, if you date somebody and they're like under 18 or whoop-de-woo, you're a pedophile, and if y'all continue to date after that, it's like, yeah, you were a pedophile, but you guys were in love. But to be something else is like when you're like continuing to pursue only children and you like get rid of them like once they get older. And I think both are wrong, honestly. Like, I know there are people who are like adults that are mentally children.
Right.
But
they said Michael Jackson was like that too, but it wasn't the fact that he wanted to mess with little
exactly,
boy.
Exactly.
It's the fact
and I think that's where California is trying to like somewhat come about it, because I don't think necessarily like I have to read through that. I don't. Yeah. I only like kind of briefly skim through it, but if I'm correct, I think they're trying to go about it that way. It's like, oh, well, people shouldn't get charged for hanging out with kids if they're on that like. Yeah. But it's like that opens too many doors in itself. Because it's like, who makes that determination?
Exactly. You're leaving it too broad, and where this is how those snakes get in. They find those loopholes and stuff like that. So you guys don't know what I'm talking about, or what we're talking about is, there was a bill introduced that people assumed or insinuated that might protect, pedophilia in California. Now, there's a bunch of articles saying that this is not true. This is not what the law is for. But there's also people that can look at the between the lines and trying to find ways to make it work, or in the future.
Exactly. And then it's just like,
that's scary. Yeah.
And what I don't like about where we're going as a society is that it seems like the new norm is to undo everything that's normal. Like, okay, pedophilia is wrong. Right. That is disgusting.
Period.
But now, and now they just want to put a but behind everything. It's like, but, like, no but. Yeah. Just that.
It's the fact that we want to be so inclusive of everything. Okay.
And it's okay to shame people.
It is.
Bring
it's
back
okay.
Shame.
It's okay to do that. It's okay. This is, even if you're not religious, right? Like, I'm not like a religious person, but I grew up with Christian values, right? The United States was a Christian country, right? So a lot of the laws and stuff that were put in place were put there from a Christian ideal. You know what I mean? So like the 10 Commandments is pretty much what is in our laws. Do not steal, do not murder, do not commit adultery, those kind of things, right? But it seems like the more and more that we're getting away from these kind of things, the more and more we're opening up to just like, is it that bad?
I feel like that's like how like mind control somewhat works. It's like when you start making like unnormal things normal, like, oh, well, let's just kind of like, okay, Monty, it's normal for you to drink Smoothie King.
It is every Monday.
Every Monday.
Shout out to y'all. You know what I mean?
That's normal.
Yeah.
Now, I know this is extreme, but...
where are we going?
Let me piss in a cup, and everybody's just going to drink that. And it's like, oh, this is for benefits.
Oh, nah.
Everyone does that.
Nah.
And it's like, initially everyone's going to be like, nah. And then, like, they're like, okay, well, 2 people, like, think that's normal. So now somebody in this world is going to agree enough for it to start to be, to be like, well, I should be able to pee in public and do what I want to do. And it's like, no, that shouldn't be the norm. Right. We shouldn't do that because one person said, hey, I want to, no, you do that in the confines of your home. And that does not go for everything. Yeah. I'm just saying, if you want to do that, that's what you do at home. But nonetheless, it's like, that was just my extreme example of like, we're taking something that is a known normal thing, which is drinking pureed fruit, to drinking a bodily like that's but that's how extreme people make everything these days. It's like we can't have nothing. It's like, oh yeah. First of all, for that to even come into like a conversation, you know how many people are already okay with pedophilia? Yeah,
like, they're lobbying for it. Yeah, there's a group lobbying for it.
It's like, yeah. Like, you guys you want to put your kid up for adoption? How about this? How about instead we put them on kid farms that are happy and friendly, and they're just all facilitated by people who love to watch kids? Huh? And then we just release them out into the world when they're 18, and then we call them crazy. Sounds good? Put them in the psych ward? Yep. Yep. Problem solved.
Swear.
Like, no.
Crazy.
That's what it sounds like.
All right. Put all these people...
Or I got one better. Or we just plug those same people in that we call them crazy and into all the jobs that we don't want to work once AI takes over. Like,
yeah, okay. This can go so many places. Like, at first I was looking at what is the true motives behind some of these things. Like, what is the driving force? Why?
It's to normalize the creepy things that they're already doing behind our backs.
Exactly, that they've been doing, right? So it's like, as the world has a bigger magnifying glass on it, where you can't hide things as easily as you were able to do 10 years ago.
Exactly.
So now it's like we have to keep up with the times. It's like, okay, how do we find a way to normalize this?
It's like, okay, no one can catch me on camera doing this creepy stuff no more. But if it's normal, it's like, well, everybody's doing it. No.
And it all starts from somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, today we think slavery is a crazy concept, but guess what? It took somebody to be like, you know what? Let's just go down there and just
what? We don't need to be picking this shit. How about we get them to pick it?
That sounds crazy to us.
They're stronger, and their hands, they're more durable. Let's just get them to do it.
Right.
Like, what? Huh?
Who cares
about their opinion?
You know how crazy of a concept that has to be be like, you know what? That whole it's a crazy.
It's an even crazier concept to know that it's still happening.
Yeah, and it's still going on. It's still going on. I was in Kenya, and I heard a story, and it just blew my mind that this is stuff that's going on today, guys. This is like recent stuff. A lot of places that are not as fortunate, when they come out of uni, come out of college, they want to get a job, a career, so they can support themselves. So this one girl worked her school all her life, right? Graduates college, gets a job offer somewhere in the Middle East. I don't know if it was Oman or Yemen or one of those countries. Got a job opportunity, goes over there, and now nobody's ever seen from her again. Like, they don't know if she was sex trafficked. They don't know if she was put in slavery, but she's gone. Just like gone. You know what I mean? Because she took a job opportunity to help her family to do better and stuff like that. And it's just
terrible.
You know what I mean? Like, that's going on in 2024 today. Like, yeah, man. All right. We started off dark, but we're gonna switch up the pace a little bit.
Sorry, people.
Look, it's some real shit going on, man. We're gonna talk about it.
This is the world we live in.
This is the world. Leave the world behind.